Hey Greg, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So in this video, we have a topic. It's one of your service offerings. Can you tell me what it is?
Sure. We're going to talk about PPE and risk hazard assessments.
Okay, cool. So just let's jump right in. Can you give me an overview of the services that you offer in that area?
Sure. Probably the easiest way to talk about this is how we help our customers. What we like to do is we do a very hands-on approach. As you can see, I'm not a suit and tie kind of safety guy. I like to show up with my steel toe boots on. We're boots on the ground. We love to work with our customers. Yeah. We like to learn their processes, and this is part of it. This is one of the first steps we do. We'll walk through the plant. We look at the jobs that you have going on, and it could be, construction. It could be a manufacturing facility. It could be just about anything where you have an employee, but we really want to learn what you're doing and why you're doing it the way you're doing it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of gaps in OSHA inspections and OSHA fines are the lack of doing the assessment part of hey, you have to wear a hard hat. Why do you have to wear a hard hat? You never did an assessment to see that you had an overhead obstruction or an overhead on safety feature. So one thing you want to do is make sure you assess your jobs. And we like to look at it from many different angles. We look at the ergonomics, the way people are doing their job, the way they might be interacting with a machine, whatever it may be. So that's the easiest explanation that I can think of to talk about a hazard assessment.
Okay, so I think you kind of already covered it a little bit, like the main problem that you're solving for your customers when you go into their buildings. But let's go a little deeper into that. That problem that they're experiencing when they reach out to you. Outline that a little bit for us and tell us the solution that you present to them.
It could be a lot of different things. A customer might have an OSHA visit they weren't expecting. They might have had a serious injury or maybe a really bad near miss. And that's one of my favorite ones because nobody got hurt, and that's your really good chance to take a look at everything. So what we do in that situation is we want to help them understand where their weaknesses are. So usually they're reaching out to us because something bad happened. The big one that we find is people are having trouble with their insurance cost. So true owners and managers that understand the impact of safety on their workers' comp and on their insurance and overall public perception, that's where we really go, oh, we got you, we can help you with that. So we'll come in if you have a bad workers' comp mod, depends what state you're in. If you're in Pennsylvania, you get the grade. Ohio, you still get a mod, it's just a little bit different. So what we do is we come in and we look at the issues they're facing and what caused that problem. And then we take our custom approach and we try to help them understand ways to fill the gaps and make their program that they have better, stronger, and safer for everybody else.
Yeah, and you mentioned custom. So that's something that your customers will actually read about a little bit more in depth on your website, but it actually is paired with comprehensive and committed. So this also kind of plays into why your customers choose you and why they keep coming back. Can you kind of tell me how it ties into these services?
I honestly think the best answer I've ever got is from one of my very first customers. And he said, we just simply make a difference at all levels. And that's one of my favorite ones. And this guy is a really good business owner. And that's why I'm wearing my fancy suspenders. These really aren't suspenders. I'm just kidding. These are actually a fall harness, and it ties into the PPE side. So I love to tell stories. So what we do along with the assessments and PPE to make a difference, we interact with everyone from the owner down to the guy or girl working in the department cleaning the restrooms. Okay. It matters. Anybody can get hurt. And we want to stop that. We want it to be clean and clear that it's not okay to get hurt. And we want to teach people hands-on, short, quick communication, not videos, not an 8-hour safety training day. So with the PPE, just a quick example of what we would do. I went into a client who had a maintenance guy wearing this. I was like, wow, that harness is in pretty bad shape. And right away, the first thing I saw when I looked at it, I'm going to take it off just to show everybody, is this great big tough, frayed looking mess right here. And that's what I'm like, you should never be able to take your finger and stick it through the middle of your fall protection harness.
And that's obviously unsafe.
Yeah,
just looking at it, you can tell.
Yeah, and if this guy wearing this would have fell, this harness would have fell. It would have snapped. He would have fell out of it. So just looking at things like this, and then I start to look, there's even more wrong with this. There's cuts, there's tears. It's already been arrested. So the guy had taken a fall in it. You can see there's damage to the leg straps. Right here, it has a deformed leg.
A loop.
So the grommet's destroyed. That means this guy actually took a fall or a quick hit in it. This harness shouldn't have been on. So instead of running over and yelling at the guy and belittling him. I said, hey, when's the last time you had harness training? He's like, oh, we set in an 8-hour safety day. I'm like, well, we're going to have a class right now. And he's like, I can't, I got to finish the job. I'm like, no, me and you, hands on, 5 minutes. I'm going to explain to you why I'm getting you a new harness. And we're going to do it the right
job,
way.
Which is
right
really
then,
important.
right there, done. Yeah. Sign here, training. And that was day one. I hadn't even put any programs in place there. So just the kind of stuff we look for, really interactive at all levels.
Yeah, I think I'm sure that really made an impact. You know, before you said you even started, you already caught something so simple like that. And that's a lot of the time, something that people really don't think of. Obviously, safety is important, but something as minuscule as that in your day when you already have a bunch of different things going on, you're not going to really think, oh, I got to replace this vest because a couple little things that don't really look like a big deal to me, but they are important. So thank you for giving us that story and telling us a little bit more about how you're able to help your customers in those ways. And if you're watching right now, make sure that you're getting in contact with Safety Integration. You can visit their website, safetyintegration.com, explore the rest of the pages. You're going to learn a lot more about the other services that they offer you. And, they've been in the business for 40 plus years total. They have a full range of options and pricing to help you save your organization money. So make sure you're getting in contact with them, and they'll be looking forward to talking to you soon.